and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Texans going up against the Chiefs. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Larry, as always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Big mistake here by the kicker, kicking it out of bounds.
The one that drives coaches crazy. Keep it in the field of play and let your guys cover.
First down.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Rodgers now on first down. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. Dontari Poe in on the stop.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. J.J. Watt able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Texans will take over at the 20. come up in an offset eye. And to give this time to the tailback. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Mariota now on 2nd down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Mariota unable to complete it to Green Beckham. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. These 5th-rounders, and to use him as an example, maybe you take a little bit of a flyer on someone, hope you hit goal.
Exactly, because when you get into the 5th round, you're usually not counting on him to become a starter right away, but we've seen so many times 5th, 6th, 7th, undrafted free agents who come in and make their way, and in a big way.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Got a little handsy there, defensive holding, Charles.
And defenders will get away with as much as you will allow. The 5-yard mark tells the officials where the line should be drawn.
Now Mariota trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And it's 4th and 4. Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Coons connects on this one. It's good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They go play action. Mariota. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there for Houston. 45 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. 2nd down, Mariota. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long here for Mariota. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation instead. Tried to get all back in one play. Yeah,
3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
4th down, Mariota. Complete on the right side to Greenbackham. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dorial Greenbackham, 30 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First down, Rodgers going underneath for Gordon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. 2nd down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. They'll come out in the pistol. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
2nd down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Kelsey out in the slot right. Here's the throw on second. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
They come up in an offset eye. And they'll run it here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Mariota now on second down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's brought down after a good gain. From the shotgun, it's Mariota dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Now Mariota on 4th down. And it is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen. And I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move? And
he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Personal foul. Nothing to passer. Defense.
Roughing the pass here, but Charles, that's a good call. But these days, quarterbacks, they're very protective.
We know how protected they are, and if it's anything borderline, they're going to get the call. But as a defender, that's hard to swallow sometimes because there's so many of these bang-bang plays.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And he's got the hook up for the first time with a veteran, Jeremy Maclin. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a second down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? 3rd down and 3.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
Offense.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Surveying the field. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They come out here in the eye. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Their big tight end, 35 yards. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. This will be fielded at the 8. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Marcus Mariota getting ready to go again here on offense. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure this team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Now Mariota over the middle. Rodgers has it. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
They're indeed going. It's Mariota. Oh, hit and as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And now here comes Kansas City. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Rodgers now to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he had a quick little spin move, but now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's brought down after a good gain. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jadeveon Clowney able to get him for a loss of about 3. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Rodgers going to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab it, and that'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. Rodgers now on. They have pressure coming, and they got him once again. Dontari Poe. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a fourth down. And for the second time this half, on comes the field goal unit here. And Coons connects on this one. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it first and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Marcus Mariota and the offense heading back out for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on third down.
Pass situation.
Throwing is Mariota. And able to complete it to Green Beckham. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this third quarter. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll give the Texans a first down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Green Beckham has it over the middle. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This one complete left side to Green Beckham. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and... big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Now a play fake. Rodgers finding time. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's got time in the pocket. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big time pressure.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Mariota now on 2nd down. Complete left side, the tight end Rodgers. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense. First down.
So for that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Mariota. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Going to give this time to the tailback. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Now Mariota. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that brings up 4th down. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. We'll see Kelsey in the slot to the left. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's complete to Kelsey. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 38 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the fourth. And how about that, giving us our fifth lead change of the game? It's been back and forth.
No doubt about it. And right now, they're ahead, but they can't relax at all because if we've had 5 lead changes, I'm kind of betting on a 6.
Yeah, we might see a 6th. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. This is taken at the 3. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive lineman won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. That's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run. It's not always as straight as that team wanted it more than the other, but on that play, it actually was true. They were faster to the ball.
On play action, Mariota trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And they're going to speed things up here. A first down throw for Mariota. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
A second down throw here for Mariota. Miller on the catch over the middle. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Mariota on first down. And he's got it over the middle. Fedorowicz. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? What a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw Mariota. The catch made by Miller. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even add a little extra at the end with a short run. And
they'll get him down right around the 16. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Now a second down throw for Mariota. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Third and short yardage. Mariota. Open man, the tight end Rodgers. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Richard Rodgers. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. And that score gives us our 6th lead change of the game.
Are we back on the playground on the seesaw?
A little seesaw battle,
right?
Yeah.
Up and down, up and down. What a game we've watched here.
It's been fun. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line. The Texans defense, we watch them get set to go. And in a tight ball game like this, the defense looking for a stop. You kind of, whether you're the offense or the defense, you don't want to be the one to screw this thing up.
No, not at all. And right now, you've got to figure that the offense is thinking to themselves, if you just get us the ball, we'll make things happen for you. Just help us out a little bit. And that's what the defense has to have in mind as they try it out here for this series.
Yeah, right now, the offense on the sideline. Can the defense do it?
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. A big play there for KC. 61 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
On first down, Rodgers sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. Still back there. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on third down after having such a long drive going.
Hey, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
He's got time. Look at the time. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big ways. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Time for a break. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And some space here. 23 yards on the play.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, They come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come up in an offset eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's brought down after a good game. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Mariota to throw. And finding Fedorowicz. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. And this defense, they needed that 1 more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that 1 more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. 2nd down here. Mariota here to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.